she makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
25 cents. So thank you for that. Wings is obsessed with Dark Souls. He knows a lot about it. He says, no way you leveled up that high in such short time. Says you cheated in your Let's Play. What are you talking about? Well, I need to know specifically what you're talking about. Let's Play of what? What Dark Souls game? There's 3 of them. And then there's DLCs and there's spin-offs, and I've done multiple runs of each, and there's different versions of each. What are you talking about? Specifically. Can we narrow it down to see what you're talking about, and then maybe I can respond, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. You think he means Demon Souls? Is it okay? Are we talking about the stupid Demon Souls thing? Which I thought, now you're really confusing me. Because I thought the accusation, which I don't know, I thought the accusation is that I duped items in Demon Souls. Right? I thought that's what people were saying. You duped items, which I don't know how to do. And I did not do. I did not do that at all. I just grinded like crazy, which at the time, everyone said that that was cheating too. Basically, everyone said that no matter what I did was cheating. Okay? So with Demon Souls, what I would do is I would play the game during the day on stream. Well, yeah, on stream, right? I was streaming at that point, I think. When was my first Demon Souls run? I don't even know. Let's find out. Demon Souls run. Demon Souls. Okay, is this the first run? Yes, this is the first one right here. Okay. It was live streamed. It was still in Connecticut, but it was live streamed. It was May 2013. So at this point, it was around 13 years ago. Okay, I'm seeing right here on my PS3, and here I am. Okay, much younger, much chubbier. And I still had dark facial hair. So, during this run, okay, I would play and stream the game during the day. And then, after the day ended, all right, at night, when I was done with my gameplay, as that gameplay was already uploaded, I would multitask. So, I would have on one screen, because in my living room, I had my TV and my entertainment center for all my gaming needs on one screen. And then I actually had my PC, which I used to upload, edit, and all things, right next to it with a big monitor. So I would actually be doing gaming on the TV while I would have something else going on the monitor that I would watch. Sometimes it would be movies or TV shows. Sometimes it would be like wrestling and stuff. Like, that's what I used to do. And I used to drink. So I used to have like a giant rum and Coke. Like I told you guys, like this big, giant cup of rum and Coke. It was like rum and Coke Zero. And I would drink this while grinding away at a game. I remember doing this in Blue Dragon. I remember doing this in Demon Souls. There's a few different games. Oh, Bloodborne, I did this as well. My first run in Bloodborne. All these, I did exactly the same thing. Where I would play the game during the day, and then I would grind at night. Okay? So, particularly, now I couldn't tell you exactly where I grinded in Demon Souls except one part, because I remember doing it so often that I actually remember this by heart. It was the entry level, whatever world had the rolling skeleton guys. So whatever world has the rolling skeleton guys, that was the one. I would just run through the map, killing all the skeletons and going through and killing everything like real quick. And then I would just, end it and then go back in and do it again and then end it and then go back in. And I just kept doing it over and over and over for hours on end. I mean, I'm talking, there were probably nights where I finished streaming and then I immediately started doing this. And it was kind of like a passive thing. Yeah, I was kind of paying attention, but I was watching a show at the same time. And I would do it for a long time. Like, those days, I probably would be up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. Seriously. Like, I would be so unhealthy. I'd be up drinking and shit and then passing out at some point, So, and this would go on all week. It wasn't like, oh, I did it one day. It'd be like, I play the game and then I grind, and I play the game and then I grind. So over the course of probably the week I was playing Demon Souls, I grinded like every night and just gained an insane amount of, souls doing that. And that's it. Like, that's really all there is to it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to it. It's very simple. I have nothing else going for me. It was nothing else I was doing. I lived alone. I had nothing else to do with my time. There's no reason to go to sleep because I was just going to wake up and make videos in the morning anyway, streams and videos, right? So what was the big deal? So that was my life. It was a horrible lifestyle, admittedly, doing that, staying up all night drinking and shit. But, what can I do? I can't take it back now. Sure, I should have done better things with my life than sitting around drinking all night, grinding in Demon Souls. It would have been a lot more healthy for me. But that's what it was. That simple. All right? There's nothing else to it. Because people are, you duped. Duped what? I don't even know what that means. Duped items? How would that have helped me? Like, I don't even know. How could duping of items help me in that playthrough? You have to gain souls by playing the game and killing enemies. So I don't even know what you mean. Oh, is that what people are saying? So people are finally explaining it to me. They're saying I duped boss souls. I duped boss souls. Again, okay. All right, how about this? You guys explain to me in chat, how do you dupe items in Demon Souls? And then I will tell you if I remember doing it or not. I totally 1,000,000% do not recall duping anything. I don't know how to do it. Okay? How do you dupe items in Demon Souls? Let's hear it. Did you guys want to talk about this today? You're so concerned about it. How do you do it? You hit Control C, Control V. Oh, well, then I've duped thousands and thousands of times in my life. How do you do it? What? Eddie Chill says, you talk to Thomas the Bam guy and fall off a ledge nearby and talk to him again or something. What? You do what? I've never heard of this. You fall off a ledge. I don't know who the fuck Thomas the Bam guy. Who is that? They're not explaining. I would love to hear more about this. This sounds funny to me. No, I've never heard of this before. At the time I was playing Demon Souls, I had no idea about any glitches or anything like that. No one told me shit. The thing is, those games are so overanalyzed, right? Like, people have found so many speedrun strats and crazy shit that you could do in these games. You know me, I just fucking play them at face value, man. And I'm the kind of guy, I beat my head against the wall to succeed, right? Like in Bloodborne. Did I learn how to parry? Of course not. That would make too much fucking sense. Instead, I grinded at the school, killing those fucking blob scholar guys for like 2 nights straight after I would stream to get artificial levels so that I could beat the game. Instead of just learning how to play the game. Why? Because I'm a pig-headed idiot, right? Because I'm stupid. Today I do make an effort to try to learn how to play what I play. But back then I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to, make progress. I'm so, how can I say? Not that I'm ignorant, but I'm just like stupidly pig-headed about stuff. I would much rather just, I'm going to grind this way. But Phil, you could do it more easily this way. I don't care. I'm going to grind this way. Like, that's how I am. I'm very stubborn, right? So I would much rather say, I'm just going to grind my way. I'm going to chill with my drink, and I'm going to play this level over and over for 2-3 nights straight, grinding away and getting levels, rather than actually, like you guys are saying, the dupe glitch. I would just sit there, grind like an idiot. That's how I am. Amu says, you didn't do the nugget glitch in Fire Red. That's pretty much something I always do. I can't understand you learning to cheat. You barely learned to play. Yeah. Again, I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay? Like, I don't even, who the fuck is Thomas the Bam? I don't know who the fuck that is. I haven't even played Demon Souls that much. What, 3 times? My original run, my second run, which I called the final run because they were turning off the PS3 servers for it, so you couldn't play it online anymore. And then there was the remake. I played it 3 times. So I don't even know anything about what you're talking about. Can anyone even explain fully how it's done? I will say this, back in the day, I always fessed up to this, is that what I used to do is if it was a brand new game, okay, when I picked up that game from GameStop, I would buy the strategy guide very frequently. And I would use the guide to basically enhance my playthrough so that I could find all the items, or I could find like the items I need, or to know how to beat a boss if I get stuck. I would have the strategy guide. This was very common back in the day, basically until I stopped physically picking up games. Okay, so that would have been when I moved here, actually. I was physically picking up games weekly for a very long time, out 2008 all the way through like 2014. But then when I moved out here, I stopped picking up the games from GameStop and got everything digitally. So I stopped basically getting the strategy guides. And then everything was like a cold run online. It's live stream, But a lot of the times back in the day, I would absolutely get the strategy guide and use that as part of my playthrough. If I got stuck or I didn't know what I was doing, I wouldn't necessarily just sit there and read the guide ahead of time, but I would absolutely use it during my run, but I wouldn't tell anyone. So you guys wouldn't know, oh, Phil's using the guide. So there would be like a boss I'm stuck on. I'd take a break from filming, go read the guide, come back, and then beat the boss. That definitely happened. And I fessed up to that over the years, for sure. Okay, someone explaining it? Yvonne Real says, you talk to the bank guy, then you go fall off a ledge nearby. You talk to him again. It dupes what item you put in the bank. Oh, no. I had no idea about that whatsoever. 0. Really? 0. So, and here's the thing. I know it's not true, just like a million things have been said about me that aren't true. Okay? I know it's not true. So it doesn't matter what circumstantial nonsense some idiot put together in a video. It's still not true. It may have had a chance of being true. You may find some weird multi-dimensional possibility that it could have been true in a multiverse, but it's not true in this universe. So I don't care. Well, here's the thing. All right? If I had done it, I would tell you right now that I did, because there's no reason to not say I did, because there's no, who cares? It's a playthrough from 13 years ago. I didn't present myself to the internet as the best Demon Souls player ever who legitimately played this game. I openly admitted to grinding every night to get artificial levels in the game. So why would it matter if I duped? It wouldn't. No one cares. It's not a big deal. So I would just tell you right now if I did it. There's no reason for me to not say to you, oh, I do, but I didn't do. It's just that the internet has such an autistically fixated fascination with me and everything that I say and do for some bizarre, unexplicable reason. It's inexplicable, by the way, inexplicable reason that they actually hyper obsess on minutia and they turn it into things that are important to them. Not to the common person. The common person would never care if a random streamer or gamer used a dupe glitch in a playthrough from 13 years ago. In fact, I will go as far to say no one with an actual functional life with meaningful things to do would care that DSP duped in a Demon Souls playthrough 13 years ago. No one. You'd actually have to have a waste of your life to care about it. I want you to think about that. Okay? Your life is meaningless. You have nothing going on for you. You got absolutely nothing better to do than to hyperfixate on a 13-year-old playthrough. And you think that this is meaningful to human existence. It's not. Okay? It benefits no one to talk about it, to waste time on it. Okay? Zero time invested was worth it. Okay? Because even if I did dupe or I didn't dupe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't affect you at all. It affects nothing. Why did you waste your time? But if I had duped right now, I would tell you outright, I duped, but I didn't. So I didn't do it. I'm not going to fess up to something I've never done. That's absolutely ridiculous. I would never do that. Maybe they don't think it's a waste of time. Well, see, that's the thing. It doesn't matter what they think, because if your mind is that cracked to hyperfixate on something that is meaningless, it probably means you lack rational thought. You wouldn't be able to judge for yourself what's a good use of your time and what's not. It's always like I've said, time is our most valuable asset. Time absolutely is the most important thing that we have in life. Don't waste it. Okay? But these people are intent on wasting their lives. They're intent on wasting their lives on crap. I don't know why. It doesn't benefit them or me or you or anyone. It's just wasting your time. And then you're going to be 60, 70 years old, decrepit, falling apart, sitting around saying, where did my life go? Oh, yeah, I was watching that fucking 2-hour video about DSP duping in Demon Souls. Shit. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, people are something else. This is exactly the same as the hand cart. This is exactly the same as It Comes in Denim. Okay? Okay, let's actually talk about the It Comes in Denim thing, right? So, the banana song, which I didn't even know was a thing until you guys started bringing it up in chat over the years, and I still, for a very long time, had no idea what you were talking about. When I finally took the time to watch it back, I was like, this is it? This is what these people, thousands of people, have hyper-fixated on autistically for years and years and years. This is it, this stupid little thing. That's a nothing throwaway moment from a playthrough where I was just like out of my mind because I was so stressed out at the game. It sucked so bad, right? And I literally was just jumbling my words together. And so the first time I watch it back for real, I didn't say It Comes in Denim. I said In Comes the Nana. It's me like marble mouthing it because I'm just trying to make it up on the fly. And immediately people start freaking out. No, it's In Comes in Denim. It Comes in Denim. No, it's not. I said In Comes the Nana because I probably want to say In Goes the Banana, but I realized that's too many syllables. So I have to shorten it. So on the fly, I marble mouthed it. I said In Comes the Nana. And wait, but he said It Comes in Denim. No, I didn't. You're just an idiot. And you made it so important to you and your community of obsessed weirdos on the internet that I said that you can't accept the fact that the person who literally said it is telling you what they really said. You can't deal with reality. So let's really now get to the root of the issue. You people out there who obsess on this shit can't fucking deal with reality. That's your problem. You live in a weird online, always fantasy world where you think that you have thousands of people who love and accept you for your weird obsessive behavior. It's fallacy. It's fantasy. You're cracked. Your head is broken. You need to go get examined. You need counseling and you need help. You need to get real friends, real family members who care about you, and stop living online, eternally fixating on minutia and nonsense. This is not what human existence was meant to be. Remember back when we were all fucking cavemen and we had to actually struggle to survive and we had to knock 2 rocks together to start a fire to actually fucking have a cooking meal for the day, and we had to go hunt and gather to survive. That was fucking living. Today, everything's so fucking easy. You have nothing to worry about in your life. You get food delivered to you. You get protection. You get water in your house, right? Everything is easy for you. So what do you do with your life? You sit on the fucking internet hyperfixating on the most pointless nonsense possible, and you think that's human life. Newsflash, it ain't. Holy shit. These people need a serious wake-up call that they're this fucked in the head. It doesn't come in denim, all right? I don't have a hand cart, and I didn't dupe in Demon Souls. That's reality. And if you can accept that, congratulations, welcome back to reality with the rest of humanity. By the way, I'm not poor. I'm not unhappy. My wife isn't fat. She didn't leave me. I'm eating healthy. I do work out and have muscles now. Okay, should we continue with reality? How much more do you need to cope and try to rationalize out that's true and say it's not true? Okay, shall we continue? I mean, I could do it all day, but you're going to be crying in bed. You go, oh, I can't handle it. Oh. Holy shit. You guys are something else. Anyway, I think that's enough of this nonsense from these idiots. But you see, this is what happens when I entertain the nonsense, right? Like, the stupidity, the stuff that they come up with, they're wildly insane. Because you can't cope with the fact that my life is good. I toughed through a whole lot of shit to get to where I am, and things are great for me. But you can't accept that fact. You can't. You just, oh, he did it his way. He's happy doing things his way. And, you know, I can't believe that he's having a good life and everything. No, it's true. It's true. Everything is good, and you are fucked if you fixate on this shit. I don't understand this internet culture of if there's something you don't like or you don't agree with or you're not happy with, that you just fixate on it and you can't get enough of it. That's bizarre to me. Okay, there's a lot of things in life that I don't like. Okay, true. There's a lot of things in this life I don't like. What I don't do is follow it, watch it, stalk it, talk about it all day and fixate on it. What I try to do is avoid the things that I don't like. Avoid the things that I don't find pleasure in, I don't find entertainment in or value in, because I feel like spending my time on things I do like is more important than wasting time on things I don't. But maybe that's a different philosophy for most people these days, because it seems like we have a generation of people who grew up online fixating on things they don't like rather than finding things they do. That's really fucking bizarre to me. It is. That's actually a good question. Here's an interesting question for everyone. All right. Do you find more pleasure in enjoying something that you like or in reveling in the downfall of something you don't? What do you find more pleasure in? Seriously, that's an actual interesting question, because I legit think that how you answer that question says a lot about you and your rationale in your life and how you've grown up and what generation you're from. Because quite frankly, if you say, I really like to enjoy things that I find, you know, positivity and entertainment in, I'd be like, I'm just like you. I'm down for that. I try to surround myself with things that I like. I think that's a good thing. All right. If your answer is you revel in the downfall of things that you don't like and you get more pleasure out of that, that's fucking scary. You understand? That's really disturbing. That's not how human existence is supposed to be. And if that's the case, I think that the online existence of humanity has created a culture shift that is absolutely just disturbing, because you're going to have people who don't understand morality, who don't understand right and wrong, who think it's okay to do these horrible things to people who they just don't like. You know, you're not going to like everyone. There's tons of people I don't like. It doesn't mean that I try to fuck with them and say horrible things about them and mess with their lives. And, you know, never. I wouldn't do that. I ignore it. Right now, all right, there's people out there actively trying to hurt me and my family, and I ignore them. I just don't have time for them. I have many more positive things to do in my life than waste time on those kind of people. You know, the only time we bring it up is when you bring it up. And you guys do all the time. You bring that shit up and like, oh, now he's crashing out because he's talking about his detractors. No, you brought them up, not me. I don't give a shit about them. I pay no attention. I don't even know who half of them are. Every day I hear another reference to one of them. Like, I don't even know who that is. You know, it wasn't until recently that someone says, did you know there's a whole podcast about you? No, I don't care. I don't know about it. How many years has it run? Oh, like 5 years. 5 years? No, I didn't know about that. I don't care. It's kind of unbelievable that it's true. Like, what the fuck? The 5 years these people wasted their time? Jeez. So anyway, yeah, I don't care about this shit. I stay away from it. You know, I do. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't. But maybe again, people are wired different. I'm from a much different generation than many people. I am. I grew up in the 1980s and 90s before the internet existed. You know, I'm wired a different way than probably a lot of the people in my audience. But I just don't get hyperfixating on nonsense. I just don't. I don't understand it. That whoever made this video about Demon Souls literally wasted all of their time and wasted all of your time watching it, and it's all fake. Because I didn't dupe in Demon Souls. I don't even know how to do it. To this day, I still don't understand what you're talking about. It didn't happen. It doesn't matter how you can fabricate a scenario in another multiversal dimension where it happened. It didn't happen in this one. So it doesn't matter what's said in the video. You've all wasted your time. I never said it comes in Denim. I said in comes the Nana. You can deal with reality or you can live in your fantasy world, but I never said it comes in Denim. Go watch the fucking video. Okay. Let's do some quick shout outs.